Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Damage Good Podcast. I'm sorry, late night. Your host, the Cam and Nehemiah, man. We enjoy, everybody that has been giving us feedback. We just been overly ecstatic about it, and everybody that's been letting us know how much they like the show, and the DMs and the messages from the phone, the family, and all the support that we've been getting. And we just appreciate everybody, man. We just thank everybody for all the love and support that's been happening to us. We just really appreciate it. And we trying to keep it going, man. We definitely want to get more people into these Zoom calls and chiming in with us and giving us their take on things. And yeah, man, we just trying to get everybody involved. Let's make this our platform. Let's make this all our platform, and just give some input. You know what I mean? Let's get it all to get involved, man, and tell a friend, just let them know what we got going on. You can follow us on our podcast, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, all of the streaming platforms. Pretty much we on. Yeah, man, and that's pretty much it, man. Again, we just appreciate it, bro. You got anything?
Yeah, and gonna be working on releasing some more content to the streaming platforms coming up soon. I know a lot of people tuned in on that, and they want more of that on there. So we probably gonna start moving some new content over to the streaming platforms soon. So y'all just get ready for that. But y'all also gotta, donate to that Patreon, keep the stream moving, because like I said, invest in us, we investing in this show. So yeah.
Yeah, man. We got a lot of investing going on. And we just, like I said, we just want everybody to get involved, man, if you can, man. Like, yeah, again, everybody can get on. All they gotta do is DM, man. Shit, man. Come on, get on the segment.
Yeah.
Fuck with us. We just want everybody to, get involved and put their input, what they got going on, and yeah, that'd be great, man. We're just thankful for the listeners, and we're thankful for the input, and yeah, let's get into it, bro. What we got going on today?
Yeah, we already know what it is.
Yeah.
I'll share this one piece because it was a story that I thought was just like all some crazy shit, but hold on. Damn. Give me a second, y'all. All right, before we get into this, I just wanted to go to the story, man, because I thought it was wild. And yeah, y'all can read the caption, you know what I'm saying? But basically, unfortunately, a toddler fell from a window. Actually, this was today, at like 9 o'clock. I guess what may have happened the day before that 9 o'clock. But a toddler fell from a window and was mauled to death by 2 pit bulls. And their condolences. And I just thought it was kind of important to put that story out there just because, their family is probably going through some wild shit. And,
right. Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate, man. I think it's this just shows, like, I'm glad that you posted this and talking about this. This just shows, just watch your kids. Watch what they doing, man. Kids can get into some shit in a blink of an eye so fast, you know what I mean? I got a 4-year-old that loves to just, keep me busy. You know what I mean? And I gotta watch everything the fuck she's doing, man. I can't even take my eye off this little motherfucker. Like, so, you know what I mean? She bad as shit. Yeah. You know how KK is. And it's just like, yeah, man, you just gotta watch your kids, man, and just, basically keep an eye on them for shit like this won't happen. And, condolences to the family, man. I'm praying for you, man. You definitely be in our prayers for that. And I can't get mauled by 2 pit bulls when he lands. Oh man, that's just fucking crazy, man. This is just some shit you can't even make up.
Yeah, we send all the damage goods, prayers for the family. That's what we're gonna call this, man. Because I just can't imagine this is my kid, man.
Right.
fucked up, and yeah, I mean, that's something I can think of. It's like you just send our blessing out, man. And man, yeah, I disagree with bro. Like, please, man, keep your windows locked, keep your eye on your kids. Me personally, I don't take my eye off my kid. You know what I mean? I'm just getting used to her going outside and hanging with her friends. But man, like it's hard. Even when she does that, I'm sitting outside watching them. You
Right.
know, the wrong little second, you know what I mean? Shit go wrong, and next you know they hurt, or somebody did something, hit somebody with something. And, you know, kids just, you know, they get into things. But,
Right.
yeah, man, y'all check that out. But we got to get to the meat and bones of this shit.
Oh man. If y'all don't know, man, you know, Lamar Odom has recently boxed Aaron Carter in a celebrity boxing match, and
Aaron Carter.
poor Aaron Carter unfortunately got TK'd in this boxing match. 6'10" Lamar Odom versus 5', probably 10 Aaron Carter. Aaron Carter's soaking wet, probably like 140 pounds. You know, Lamar Odom is probably damn near 225. You know what I mean? Yeah. For one, this was the slaughterhouse to begin with. I don't even know why they even allow this shit. Like, you know what I mean? If y'all not too familiar with Aaron Carter was originally the first Justin Bieber. You know what I mean? If you're not too familiar with Lamar Odom, he's Khloe Kardashian's ex-husband. He also is an NBA champion, you know, with the Lakers, won championships with Kobe Bryant. And they got into a celebrity boxing match, which pretty much was unfair as fuck. Right. As you can see, Lamar Odom was pretty much wailing on this motherfucker the whole night. I just think it was just like a pit bull versus the Yorkie. You know what I mean? They should have got somebody basically and Lamar Odom size and Aaron Carter size. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I pretty much knew what the fuck was going to happen. Lamar being a crackhead or not a crackhead. You know, we all know that this was pretty much a mismatch. Right. You know what I mean? And if you look at Aaron Carter's fight, he has no boxing skills whatsoever.
That's where I got stopped. You know, it's one part in this fight where he did go ham, young, and I had to give it to him. I was impressed. It was actually early in the fight, and he hit that nigga with a knee combination for him to even be that tall, and he landed that shit. It's like right around, right there. And give it to him. Watch this. I'm telling you, here it come. Right here, Slim. This shit was real. He rocked this nigga, Slim. He was doing all right. Like, this nigga just gave him like a good 4 or 5 combination. But after that was it.
Yeah, I think he just got pretty much winded too. You know what I mean? Like after a while, like, cause he was just throwing haymakers. It wasn't like haymakers. It was just like he was picking. You know what I mean? Picking his punches, strategizing. You know what I mean? He was just getting. It's like a rumble in the street. You know what I mean? He was just. You know what I mean? Trying to run, and I pretty much think he was out of breath. Obviously, he wasn't conditioned for that. You know what I mean? And from my understanding, that he also got hooked on drugs as well. You know what I mean? He just actually recovering and getting himself together.
Oh yeah.
And, you know what I mean? He was actually, I think, correct, if I'm not mistaken, he was on some rehab show. You know what I mean? About him trying to get his life back together, and you know what I mean? And taking this ass whooping ain't gonna help you get your life back together.
I mean, but it was a step, you know what I'm saying, towards
a step to an ass whooping. That's what it is. I mean, if he want to take it, if he want to take it, and you know, I guess he wanted somebody to beat the drugs out of him or something. I don't know, but like, you know what I mean. But nah, it's just like he been trying to get himself together, man. I just don't understand. If that's the case, then I wouldn't just jump into no celebrity boxing match. Well, he recover a little better, man. And obviously, like I said, he was winded throughout the whole fight. After them haymakers you saw when he caught him with a couple of good joints, he was done. Cuz got, you know what I mean, hit on the ground twice, and after that last joint, I don't even think he was necessarily hurt. by the jokes. I just think he was just tired.
I mean, I think, he's definitely nervous. His first time we got mad with Lamar Odom did play sports.
Yeah.
Sports in his life that I know of.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of people, the niggas tall as shit. So he was just probably like just jittery. But I mean, I'm just saying, when I looked at that combination, he definitely had something coming into it. I think he just lost his composure from the excitement, all the crowd, the noise. Like I said, man, like, look, it's different. I'm be real with you, like, and because I don't know these dudes process, but I'm just being honest, it's like when they go from sparring to like an amateur, you know what I mean? You start doing amateur competing, it's not, you sparring, you're going through the motions. Even when you spar, they tell you only do like 75% in your punches. You don't throw them like super hard. So you're going through the motions, kind of like what they call rehearsal, and then so to a competition. It's like everybody, like when they used to have those fights down at Tiger Market. I can't remember. I don't want to say Bennett Park. I forgot where that area was in DC, but like those renowned fight joints they would have, we would compete. Man, it was hood, southeast, Naylor Road. Like it was just gangs of people out there. So it was. But from you sparring, you feel what I'm saying? You could kind of like silence them out. You already being in there with no noise, so you don't even hear it. Like I remember vividly, like I couldn't even hear the people. But it came from doing I'm just bring this to perspective. I'm just saying I don't know like how much sparring these dudes been doing. And it take a minute because like even before we're amateur, they make you spar for like maybe 2 years.
Yeah. I was about to say that. Even like what you will have to spar for normally about 2 years. So that's sometimes it depends because a lot of these guys get into it depends on how long you've been doing. Like I know for one, like my brothers, you know what I mean, they've been doing it since they were like, you know what I mean, like 6, 7. Right. So I mean, so they sparred a little early. Like Ty got his first fight with them about 2 years. Yeah, right. About 2 years. So like,
yeah.
So like, yeah, that's the normal thing. But it looks like, to be honest with you, it looks like Aaron Carter has not did any sparring at all. You know what I mean? Like it looked like he was pretty much running around the ring.
Came naked. You see that?
And then it would kill me. Did you see the spin moves? Like the spin moves? Like the spin.
He went Jet Li. He turned into Jet Li.
Yeah. Like peep the spin. Like it was just like, what the fuck is he spinning for? Like you're getting yourself dizzy. Like, you know what I mean? That's making it harder for you. So that's probably why he was so tired, because of the spinning. Look, and he's falling around and other stuff like that. It's because he's spinning around. Man, and you know what I mean? He was tired, man. Lamar, and that's from Lamar, man. I'm not, happy about this. You know what I mean? This is something I was supposed to do. I can't call this like a true win. Yeah. Regardless of Lamar Odom's age or regardless of his, background or whatever. Like I know he's been going through rough things too, but I couldn't sit up here and call this an actual win. Now if we're gonna do celebrity boxing, I get it. You know what I mean? You want to push asses in the seats because that's what they did. Look at that fucking ring, the crowd. I mean,
it was funny. When I watched the actual fight, they did mention that they're not. So because the rules can be made, I guess, whatever conditions that the two want, it's like it's a thing where they don't necessarily have to make those same weight. See, with certain fights, I guess, with certain fighters, they made conditions. But with this one, they said there was no weight requirement. So I was like, okay, that's why the mismatch happened. But that's why they're just doing anything at this point with that shit.
Right.
I mean, it brings it around to, what we were talking about and kind of like the capitalist situation, because, well, actually, the kind of create the continuation of what we was talking about in the first review. And that's that, the stuff is entertaining and it's good, but it's hurting the integrity and the fabric of the craft. And just, you know, it also goes to show that now everybody's pretty much looking for a knockout.
Yeah.
There's no interest in strategically watching two fighters try to go toe to toe and strategically break one another down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do get that part. You know what I mean? Even though I still think it's an inevitable change because it's already started. I think it really does hurt, like, you know, the way we consume media and content and things like that, because it's just shortening our attention span. You know, I remember shit when we were in boxing. That's what the whole point was to watch, to study a fighter, like, you know, watching tapes or watching.
You got to watch tape. You got to watch film. It's kind of like preparing for a football game or a basketball game, or you find weaknesses. You know, you find like what you can get away with, what you can't get away with. You actually studying this person, like you see the scout, it's a scouting report, basically.
Yeah.
And you watching endless of film, old fights. You know what I mean? Up to the point, you know, so you know what I mean? But it's I don't know if they even do that in boxing no more. Do you think? I don't know if they're actually watching too much film or preparing like that. I think they're just mostly pretty much training, you know, working on combinations, working on stamina, working on power, you know, getting themselves together. I don't think that necessarily is watching too much film on.
I don't know. I couldn't
know. Like I said, I don't know. I'm just giving my input. I'm not sure because I'm pretty sure Floyd. I don't think Floyd was watching film on anybody. I don't think so. Probably maybe Pacquiao or people that.
I think like any fighter, they're probably keeping up with the leading fighters, but I also think that it's not. Oh shit! Oh man! Oh shit! Hold on, y'all.
Gosh.
Yeah,
but
a little technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, little service, unfortunately. But nah, yeah, like we were saying, you know, pretty much like with boxing, you know what I mean? I just feel like I still think this like celebrity boxing thing is bad for the business, man. I just hope we can separate.
I agree 100% after seeing this.
I told you, bro. I told you, bro. Thank you for agreeing with me. Thank you. Tell me why you agree with me this time. Tell me why.
Yeah, like I said, it broke that whole thing of the attention span and understanding the dedication and commitment, the actual pursuit of these types of crafts. And I just remember that now boxing is a craft, bro. Like it's a craft. And that's what hit me was then. I was like, nah, bro, it's a whole thing of, you know, your style, your footwork, you know, jumping rope, the rhythm, you know, even the way you wrap your hands, you know what I'm saying? It's all like rhythmic and it's a state of being, like being in a fighter, slash a warrior. It just that's what I seen where it was like, oh man, this shit started like WWF. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some goofy ass WWF shit. You know what I'm saying?
Scripted. It looks scripted.
Like this, and I ain't gonna say necessarily the scripting part, but just like the silliness of it. Like just like seeing the dude just fall over the ring and just it was like it's turned into a comical thing. And I'm just like, yeah, this shit is like gonna diminish the art of it. It's like when you look at martial arts, I mean, look at that word, like it's an art to the samurai, it's an art to the orthodox boxer. It's a you know, it's an essence. Like that's what hit me at that point. You know, it's an essence to being a fighter or a warrior or a artist of martial arts or defending. You understand what I'm saying? Like all of this stuff.
I get it. I definitely get it. I get what you're saying.
Even when you think about, like, I don't know if you've been watching, but like I don't know if you follow Lupe Fiasco on Instagram. Yeah,
Follow his crazy ass.
I love Lupe to the death, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Follow his crazy ass.
So
Go ahead. Go ahead.
not crazy, but anyway, but yeah, when he was a kid, he was in martial arts, stuff like that, taekwondo, and he still do it to this day. But if you follow his feed, bro, really be on that joint, going through his shit, and like again, you can hear the way he slide his feet, the way he move his arm. It's like I said, it's a rhythm, it's an art to that shit. Like it's like music, like when we were talking about comedy and how the attention span on comedy is getting shorter because of the way we consume memes. And he's in that comedians, not to knock them. I'm glad they're successful, but it's kind of like causing a rift because stand-up comedy won't be as rich as it once was because it's almost like devaluing it all. Like I could just get a clip for 30 seconds or a minute, it'll make me bust out laughing. I share it to 5, 6, 7, 8 people. They're gonna share it and go viral. But you know what I mean? Like I don't know if people have the attention span anymore to sit and watch a motherfucker sit up there for an hour and crack jokes.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. We can go down into like we was talking about earlier, like comedy. Yeah. We're looking at all these Instagram guys that's on Instagram, making jokes, and it's taken away from the fact that remember back in the day, in order for you to get to that next level, like the movie level, TV shows, any type of media, being on that big screen, you know what I mean? You had to learn how to do what first?
Act.
Not act. What? We go before the stand up. You had to do stand up. You had to go through a Def Comedy Jam and Apollo and all those other things before you could get there. And it's a lot of time, like that's why I say, and that's why I look at it as with the boxing thing, with the celebrity boxing, like a lot of these guys, they haven't proved themselves, they're just getting there. And it's like, even with the followers, look at Logan Paul. He got there because of what? Followers. You look at these guys that's doing these Instagram things, funny videos, because of what? Followers. You don't know if these niggas can get on the stage and make niggas laugh. Yeah. And not too many. I know shit. I was talking to Mina's uncle one time, and he was telling me like a lot of the people that, he knows a lot of them Instagram famous people. You know what I mean? He came from having his own show and, doing all these great things. He be on social media as well, doing a lot of funny videos, and he does stand up as well. And he would tell me, he was like, yeah, a lot of these guys are funny, but do you know, like a lot of these guys can't do stand up. And this is the thing you're supposed to do. This is you being a comedian. This is what you need to know how to do. You know what I mean? That's how you start. You everybody, like, look, if you look at Kevin Hart, Steve Harvey, Chris Rock, Martin Lawrence, all the Dave Chappelle, all the greats, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Paul Mooney. They started in a small town club around their neighborhood, trying to get themselves out there. Many years ago, went to this thing called what was it called? It was like this little small club for up and coming comedians. And for you to be on stage, I think you get like 10-minute set. Before you to be on stage, you have to sign a list and automatically on the show. Like, nigga, if we wanted to be comedians, we would just have to sign this motherfucking list and we'll get on and we'll just get our 10 minutes. Right. And the show was fucking free. Right. You don't pay no money. You don't do anything. You just show the fuck up and sit the fuck down. Right. Like, seriously. And a couple of them motherfuckers was not funny. Right. You know what I mean? They bombed it, but you know what I mean? I remember this one guy that stood out to me. He had cerebral palsy. He was funny. He wasn't funny because he was shaking and shit, but he was funny because he used his cerebral palsy in his jokes and everything like that. And you know what I mean? I was like, damn, this dude funny as shit. Then he talked about I think Barbara Bush died that like 2 days before that, and he was like, yeah, you know, Barbara Bush died. Thank God. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So it was just like, we're like, what the fuck? And like, you know what I mean? Shit like that. So, you know, but you had to, you know, learn how to please a crowd live. It's easy to please a crowd on the internet. It's easy. All you do is like, comment. You know what I mean? The guys that I watch around here that's doing like, you know, comedy shit. I wonder if they could do stand up. I wonder if they can.
I don't know. You know what I mean? I know some guys that have, you know what I mean? I haven't seen it, honestly. But yeah, man, I just feel like I think now, that's what I said, it's just like almost just a skip process, man. That's why I said, like, I feel like, man, it's hard to explain, but I feel for that shit. But again, I'm still always about accepting, like, forward, you know. But
yeah,
it is something that I feel like is almost just skipping that whole process. I don't think that process will any longer like exist eventually. I think it'll just be not even something talked about no more. Like, I almost feel like once Eddie Murphy gets a certain age, and like the guys we know that were down for this stuff, once they get like really old and they kind of like fade out, I feel like it won't ever be. I don't feel like I don't want to say it won't be around, but I think that the popularity and the actual consumption of it is just going to be really low. Like, you probably have the places like you talking about that may have like a little pub or something like that. They do something like that at a lounge or something, but even now we don't be seeing, unless it's a Kevin Hart, Eddie Murphy, or Dave Chappelle. It doesn't even really make any noise. With the streaming platforms, like, that's what I was saying, that if it ain't one of those guys or those two brother guys, I think they still doing that joint. They was kind of funny. I watched them. I can't remember their names, but the two brothers, I think, you know, they're young. Them dudes funny as shit. They do like some real live stand up together. I can't remember. It was on. I think it's on Netflix or Hulu. I think it's on Hulu. But they're funny. They're kind of new, but that's why I said it's just gonna be certain pockets where those guys who are really good at it are going to get those big headline moments on Prime, on Netflix, on Hulu, and like, you know, those big banners headlining that they have in the stand-up jump. People are going to come out to the event. They'll shoot live. It'll stream on those platforms. But that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it'll be a Def Comedy Jam anymore. Or
yeah, I think we reached that time where that thing is over. And the funny thing is, like, I think the only thing we're gonna get close to that with the Def Comedy Jam thing is Netflix has a special where they got up and coming comedians that do stand up, and them niggas don't even be funny. You know what I mean? Because people don't. I think comedians don't put the craft into like stand up anymore. They put it into these funny ass videos. They're not even thinking about, okay, I gotta go up here and make people laugh. I'm going to get more recognition of getting the followers and getting people watching my shit and doing this every day. Like Melvin Gregg. Melvin Gregg is one of them. And don't get me wrong with Melvin Gregg. I fuck with Melvin Gregg. I seen one of his little stand-up joints. It wasn't funny. I thought it was horrible. But his performance on Snowfall was as Man Boy was amazing. He might not be a good a stand-up comedian, but this guy is a hell of a fucking actor. You know what I mean? So I think that's pretty much of his calling. And he started off with the Instagram thing, you know, making videos. He actually started off with Vine. Remember with Vine? Yeah, with Vine and everything like that. And then, you know what I mean? I did not see one of his little stand-up joints. I'm like, man, this shit ain't funny. I thought he was funny. You know what I mean? And then, you know, I guess he went to Instagram making videos, and I guess he got a call from the Snowfall joint, but he did a hell of a job on that Snowfall joint. I shout out to Melvin Gregg, man. You did an amazing job on that joint. And this man boy, and I was like, damn, man, this nigga can act. You know what I mean? So like, it was just like, so that's just his thing. And I'm glad that he found some type of platform that he found for himself. You know what I mean? Cause I ain't trying to hate on nobody, man. You got, with anything, man, if you're good at it, do it. But I mean, I just think he's just a better actor than him doing stand-up comedy or just trying to be a comedian. You know what I mean? I just think that nigga should just act. I think he's great. You know what I mean? So, but in a couple other people I've seen from Instagram do a couple of things, and like Country Wayne. I seen Country Wayne one time. He's a hell of a stand-up performer. He can do some stand-up. DC Young Fly, he can do some stand-up. I'm just thinking of the new niggas. You know what I mean?
But I feel like if we bring up DC, bro, that's why I feel like he's like a hybrid.
Yeah.
Came from the internet, but that nigga real life funny in real life.
He funny as shit. He funny as shit, bro. Like I went to see him live.
Yeah, this is the thing though. This is the thing. Yeah. He's around the way funny.
Mm-hmm.
So it don't take much for that nigga to make you laugh because he's
right.
around the way funny. It's just an organic, different chemistry. It's not even him
right.
laugh, bro. It's just natural, silly, funny. The shit is like I mean, bro, like that's why I think when he got on what you call it what's Nick Cannon joint Wildin' Out.
Yeah, Wildin' Out.
He brought that back to me. He brought that show to me. You know what I'm saying, bro? To me, like that made me watch it again. I didn't even know he was on this shit. You know what I'm saying? But when I seen him on that shit, I was watching it for that. I was like, everything that nigga do just funny as shit. Like,
nah, yeah, man, he's not like the dude. Like he's not, like I said, he's naturally funny. Like he remind me of that dude. You was in high school with. You always laugh at the shit.
I'm saying.
Or like he remind me of that guy. Like you know what I mean? You go to class. And that nigga ain't there. You like, man, what the fuck this nigga at, man? Like, cause he make shit go past fast. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? Cause it's just like, I'm like, damn, man. So, which is crazy though, cause it's just like we all know a couple of guys like that we went to school with that probably could have did this shit. Mm-hmm. We know a couple of guys that probably could have did this shit. So, this comedy shit. So, but yeah. Far as with the celebrity boxing thing, I just know I just want to separate it from the actual boxing. That was my whole thing. I'm not hating on celebrities coming out here trying to box and entertain people. I think that's a good way to end rap beefs too. We gonna end rap beefs. Why not box it out? You know what I mean? You beefing with this guy. You know what I mean? Why not? You know what I mean? Y'all come together and say, man, fuck it, I'm beefing with you. You beefing with me, man. Let's do this boxing thing. Let's settle it out. Then let's dap it up.
He's not gonna do it, but
it's not gonna happen. But it would be nice to see that because it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. I know that too. But it would nice. What I'm saying is, it would be nice to see that.
It's a dope idea if the young niggas not gonna do it. But yeah, man, I agree. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that. What probably needs to happen is, what I would like to happen is they would just have like almost, I hate to say this, but almost like how they have Celebrity Deathmatch, just the show. They should just.
how you gonna bring Celebrity Deathmatch? That's even worse. I'd rather them.
It's hard.
You might as well just shoot it out. Y'all niggas, if y'all gonna do some Celebrity Deathmatch shit, shoot it out.
That was my
shoot it out. Fuck it. Like y'all niggas might as well just shoot it out. Like, man. Speaking of like, I remember that shit. You remember when Celebrity Deathmatch used to start some shit though? They definitely did. They used to start some rap beef, bro, and some just beef in general. They used to start some shit.
Yeah, that shit was tight though, man. Like I like celebrity deathmatch, but I think it should be like not like I don't think it should be that way. I'm saying
Like,
on MTV or one of them joints where it's a celebrity boxing
mhm,
network show, call it CBA or
mhm.
something like that. Or I don't know, but Celebrity Boxing Association, like make it a designated thing for the people who want to tune into that. But pay-per-view them do not need to be promoting stuff like this no more. Because that's why I think the crossover, the problem gonna happen, even with people like how when you experience, you know what I mean, at the fight party and you pay money to see this shit, and you're like, damn, this shit was like not as entertaining or as what I wanted. And you're
Right.
not getting the same thing as when you pay for pay-per-view for a real live highlight fight. That's what you're getting, like a real live audio, sitting off your seat, like, oh man, this shit about to get real. Like these dudes been working hard, they in the gym, they about somebody got to come out the stronger man, so it's more suspense driven, so you feel it. But that was just more like, oh man, this shit is about to be wild. There's some wild, like you're like, oh man, that was it. You know what I mean? But that's why I say I feel like the people who want to tune into that, they need to have like a separate network. The pay-per-view does not need to be promoted. I'm surprised pay-per-view even did that because I feel like they devaluing their
I
platform.
feel like pay-per-view been robbing us for a long fucking time. They've been robbing us since, you know what I mean, since we was kids.
We can have a whole separate podcast on the pay-per-view thing. Like, that's a whole.
Yeah, yeah, we could, but I just say, man, fuck pay-per-view. They've been robbing us for years, man, for X amount of years. And I'm glad that they got these other motherfucking sticks and fucking all this other shit.
That's your question. What if pay-per-view want us to come on and do commentary one day?
Man, fuck pay-per-view. Yeah, I'd be like, they give us our money back from all the times we paid for the Mike Tyson fights and he knocked niggas out in like 60 seconds. And like,
I do not co-sign nothing that he's saying right now. If y'all want to bring damaged goods through for one of these,
man, fuck them, man. I tell you what,
with this shit,
tell them put our kids through college, and then we'd be good. You know what I mean? We'd take that. Put our kids through college, and we'd take that. But the motherfuckers been taking. Let's be honest. They've been taking money from us for a long time. And think about it. Even back through the WWE days. Remember we used to pay for this shit? Like, you know what I mean? The WWE days. Personally, I ain't never paid for that shit. I used to go to my man house and watch it.
I never paid for pay-per-view in my life.
Yeah, no, I used to go to my man house and watch it on Sunday nights. It used to come on Sundays. And I used to go to my man house, like my other football friend, like when I was on the football team, you know, coming up as a kid, you know, my man to tell me, hey, my mom ordering the Survivor Series or WrestleMania, excuse me, or Backlash or all these other things that used to come up on Sundays with WWE's. But guess what fucking pay-per-view used to charge for these events? In the 90s, it used to be like $50 in the 90s. And then the prices went on, and not to mention, you had to watch movies on pay-per-view. Like you had to watch other fights on pay-per-view, Playboy on pay-per-view, all this other shit. It was on pay-per-view. Fuck pay-per-view. They owe us money. We should be able to write the motherfuckers off on our taxes.
Look, I don't got no beef with them, so I can't. That's it. That's all I got to say. I don't got no personal vendetta. I paid for a lot of stuff with them. I never paid pay-per-view for anything, honestly. To be honest with you, I always was either somebody else was paying for it. I was
that's what I'm saying. But you know what I mean? I'm looking at it like, yeah, you know, I used to go, like I said, I used to go to my man house. They'd be like, man, I'm getting the rest of the match, or better yet, we used to have the converter back in the day with the AB side. Remember that joint? The AB side joint. You switch to A and B, and you just sit there all day. You wait, like a movie about to come on. You gotta wait 20 minutes, and they used to have a countdown on the motherfucker. Yeah. And you gotta watch the countdown, and it show you endless previews of other movies that you can watch on this bitch that's about to come out or everything like that. You gotta wait 20 minutes. I remember when I wanted to watch Mortal Kombat, I think it was like the Mortal Kombat Annihilation or whatever, like the Annihilation joint. And I had to sit there and watch 20 minutes of that joint. And I remember my mother had the joint where my mother used to go to sleep. You know, when Lisa go to sleep, you know, Lisa. When she go to sleep, that's it. She done. It's over with. She gone. I remember that Playboy channel. I'm like, Lisa sleep. Okay, you know, watch somebody get their fuck on. Yeah, like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Back in the day, like that Playboy, like, you know, even that was it. No, it wasn't the Playboy. It was called Spice. It was Spice.
Yeah, man. Look, we can do a whole separate podcast.
Like it was Spice. It was Spice. I remember that shit. You know what I mean? So like, you know, I used to like Lisa, and then Ricky dumbass used to come downstairs. He used to try, like, he wanted to watch the Spice Channel too. That's my stepfather. Love him to death. He wanted to come watch the Spice Channel too. So I used to beat him to the Spice Channel, and his ass would be like, "Man, what the fuck you doing? Nothing. Watching Fast and the Furious." I had to switch them up. I had to switch that. I used to have a remote by me real quick so I could like change the channel real fast. You know, I used to. You know, you had to like push previous real quick. You be like previous, and the motherfucker in that joint be like, "Oh yeah, what you doing now?" I'm watching Fast and Furious, Mortal Kombat, cartoons, whatever you know, shit. I remember one time the motherfucker caught me down there watching the Spice Channel, and he just looked at me, and I looked at him. I'm like, I just want to see some titties. He couldn't even be mad. He just went right back up the steps.
Yeah, man.
He couldn't even be mad.
Is I look. We could do a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, we do a whole nother podcast for pay-per-view. Fuck, but I'm not gonna tell you now. When I get on this, I'm not saying fuck pay. I'm not gonna stop saying fuck pay-per-view. They owe me money. They owe not me money because I never paid for the shit, but they owe a lot of my niggas money.
I'm cool, but yeah, man, we gotta wrap this one up.
Well, man, you know, let's wrap it up. Go ahead, man. Give me your final remarks. I'm getting mine.
And you know, like I said, change is inevitable. Like I said, it's just it's kind of just a little disappointing to see you know, the culture move at such a rapid pace where, you know, content is just really quick, and the demand for it to be instant and entertaining, I feel like it's just going to be a wave that's, you know, we can't resist it, and but at the same time, it's definitely disappointing to see it happen. You know what I mean? But other than that, man, keep your kids safe and protect yourself and your kids at all times.
Exactly. I agree with that even more, man. Watch your kids, man. Again, I would like to, you know, say that as well. You know what I mean? We got so much, these kids in so much danger than what we used to be. We got people on the internet trying to lure these kids in, and you know what I mean? Roadblocks, TikTok, all these Instagram. If your kid got Instagram, you know, if they're getting older, Facebook, they trying to lure these kids in, man. You just gotta, man, pay attention. Talk to your kids, man. Make sure they're good, because you know what I mean. We're not living in the time where, you know what I mean, you're living in the neighborhood and, you know, the old heads and the crack heads even used to watch you, make sure you get home safe. We're not living in them times no more. And we gotta, you know, make sure, you know, our kids are fine and, you know what I mean, they're safe. And I can't preach that even more. Like, you know, we got kids, you know what I mean? And we, you know, we try our best to be fathers and try to put them in the right direction. And last but not least, with all seriousness, man, you know, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, man, you know, fuck pay-per-view. Let's go.
We out, man. Jesus Christ, we out.